came to Łódź as a 1-year-old from Palestine. I was born in Jerusalem, and that when I was 1-year-old, my family moved back to Poland, to Łódź, where my father worked for his uncle, the publisher of the Łódź Tageblatt. He was a journalist, and I remember we lived in an apartment on the 4th floor with a balcony, and going out on the balcony looking down the street. My first memory around that period was that I was on the street playing with a little friend, around 5, at the age of 5, and he said to me, his mother told him that he can't play with me anymore, and the reason is that I killed Jesus. And I realized that was absurdity, but that was the atmosphere in Poland towards Jewish people, and this was reflected by this little boy being told not to play with me anymore. I remember feeling a bit confused rather than disappointed. I remember walking on the street with my mother and her friend, and approaching us were 2 Nazis. The Polish government, after Pilsudski, the dictator who was a friend of the Jews, died, the Nazi party, Nazi Polish party developed, and they had people in brown shirts and Nazi uniforms with swastikas on armbands, brown shirts, walking the streets and intimidating any Jewish people that they met. And when my mother made a comment to her friend, this is a new generation, they shouted up like, shut your mouth, you stupid bitch, or something like that, something really rude. Back at them. So this was my first experience of the virulent kind of Nazi atmosphere. I know we had holidays. My mother arranged for us to have holidays in the summer to get away from Łódź, which was a very air-polluted city. It had a lot of textile industries there and produced a lot of pollution. So the summer was very important to get some fresh air, and my mother arranged a summer camp, which she ran for our adults, where we were able to spend our time in Czarnecka Góra, which was a village about 30 miles south of Łódź, where we had a full summer holiday, full 3 months we spent there. Passover night, coming back from a Seder with my father, and I loved the evening in the springtime, and I remember him singing one of the Hebrew songs. Unfortunately, my father, being a journalist, was away from home a lot of the time, and this is just one memory I have of him being together and feeling sort of a family kind of experience. I remember one of the things that my sister, who's 6 years older than me, next to me. We're 5 in our family, and she's the next one to me, older than me. I was the youngest. She used to take me to the Helenhof Park in Łódź, which was very close to where we lived, and buy me ice cream, and we'd just walk there and enjoy the ambience. But I think the other memory that I'd have to talk about is when we left on our last day in Łódź before we came to Canada. And that was what I remember so much more. I was speaking to a friend of mine I was 8 years old at the time, and I was thinking I won't see this boy again because I'm going away. And in my mind, I felt that I was the lucky one on leaving Poland. I did have a sense that the political situation in Poland, even at that age, I could feel it was not going to be very, very kind to us because of the anti-Semitism and the rise of Hitler, neighbor. And so I was, in a way, I thought of it as a great adventure to leave. And I remember traveling in a droshki, which is a horse carriage, to the station in Łódź, and taking a train with my family to Warsaw, where we had to get our proper papers and visas arranged before we started our travel towards Canada.